What's going on, Internet? My name's Flare, and welcome back to another episode of Double Trouble. This is episode number 8 with a whole new team here of Mega Venusaur, Sylveon, Rotom Wash, Bisharp, Meowstic, and Hydreigon. We're going to hop right into the battles here as I'm recording this on the last hour of Battle Spot's existence. So we're going to see how many battles we can pull out here before the service closes down for good, as we already found someone from Japan with a 1645 rating. Let's see what kind of team they're bringing. Bringing a team of Gardevoir, Suicune, Arcanine, Scizor, Landorus, and Amoonguss. Common weaknesses on my opponent's team: he's got a few weak to fire, one resist, or few resist, one immunity, and if it's a Flash Fire, it's probably not Flash Fire. Things I could bring: Whelp. Meowstic has some use, except for against the Scizor. Can kind of just set up some screens, deal with things. Probably a good lead to lead off with is Rotom. And Rotom Hydreigon, probably a good lead. Actually, probably, yeah, I like the lead of Rotom Hydreigon. Or Rotom Venusaur. Bring Hydreigon in the back, and then as my last mon, bring Sylveon. But I lost my Silas not that long ago. Like, I've been a mess. So, the sweet end of Battle Spot. At least ratings-wise, the free battles, but that's just gonna be 6 hours. People just trolling. So he's gonna lead off with his Gardevoir and his Amoonguss. So he's gonna trace my love. Gardevoir is gonna trace the Levitate. So this is probably the worst position I can put in right now. But the thing I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to Will-O-Wisp into the Amoonguss. I'm going to Mega Evolve and Protect, just to see what my opponent wants to do here. It's kind of sad to see Battle Spot go, but it will be back for Sun and Moon, but that won't be for another little over 2.5 weeks. So what am I going to do with my time? I'm not sure. So, Protect. That was my bad. So, this is the team I brought to Wisconsin Regional back in 2015. I got 15? I think it ended up being. So, you're going to see the Venusaur is actually faster than the Gardevoir, so this might be a Trick Room team. So Venusaur is going to go for the Protect. You're going to see a Rage Powder? No Rage Powder coming out from the Amoonguss, so is he just going to go ahead and Giga Drain? So Gardevoir going to go straight away for the Psychic. Going to go for his Spore onto the Rotom. So Rotom's going to have to take a turn to sleep. Venusaur is not in a good position, seeing the Spore out on the first turn instead of a Follow Me, but the Psychic's going to do a lot of damage to Venusaur. So I think just going to leave Rotom in here. Then I'm going to switch out into Sylveon and then kind of protect the Venusaur. Going to bring in Sylveon, try to get some spread damage. Not going to do much to the Amoonguss, but I'm more concerned at this point about the Gardevoir and the Amoonguss' ability to redirect attacks. Let's see how well Sylveon can take this. So he takes the Psychic fairly well, and he's going to go for a Giga Drain onto the Rotom. Going to do enough to proc the Citrus Berry on the Rotom. So I'm going to try and protect if the Rotom wakes up. Actually, if I wake up, I'm going to try and Hydro Pump into the Gardevoir, and then I'm going to Hyper Voice. Or should I Shadow Ball? I think I'm going to Hyper Voice because the threat of some kind of shenanigans coming out from... So Rotom's going to stay asleep. So no... So, Gardevoir going to go for the Hyper Voice, going to do a lot. We're going to see that and he's going to go for the Giga Drain onto the Rotom, finish off the Rotom. This does not leave me in that great of a position, seeing as the Gardevoir is faster. So right now he's going to have to make a choice of what he wants to knock out, because I'm going to go for a Sludge Bomb onto the Gardevoir and go for a Hyper Voice. Now, you can either try to take out the Sylveon, risk getting knocked out by the Venusaur. So the Gardevoir is going to go for a Protect here, and the Venusaur is going to go for a Sludge Bomb and do a miss. Sylveon is going to go for a Hyper Voice. Can be, and we're going to see probably a Clear Smog. I'm going to knock out the Sylveon, and this is a quick. It's going to be a. So in comes the Hydreigon. It's Hydreigon and Venusaur versus the world at this point. I have to hope that lock myself into Dark Pulse on the Hydreigon, since there's really not much else I could lock myself into. Is he's going to withdraw the Gardevoir, probably go on into... That's a Landorus. That's kind of a joke. So Hydreigon's going to get the Dark Pulse off. Venusaur is going to go for a Sludge Bomb onto Critical Hit. And the Poison. So, judging by that damage, I think the Landorus is... not great. The Landorus is... maybe Assault Vested. No, it's pretty much... At this point, he's going to probably send in the Gardevoir here, as it's going to pretty much be Mega Venusaur versus the world at this point. So I'm just going to try and fire off a Sludge Bomb into the Gardevoir and hope for the best. The Hydreigon's going to stay asleep at this point, so really not going to matter much. Now, if the Gardevoir is faster, Hydreigon's going to fall asleep, takes a mandatory turn of sleep. And he's going to go for a U-turn, get up on out. That's going to do quite a bit of damage to the Hydreigon. He's going to go back. Suicune is my opponent's last Pokemon, so this actually isn't that bad now. So you're going to go for a Psychic onto the Venusaur. This is going to do a ton of damage, but it's not going to take us out. Gonna go for a Sludge Bomb. That should take the Gardevoir out. And now things get interesting here. Things get interesting. He's going to bring in the Landorus again and fire off another useless Intimidate. So it's Landorus and Suicune versus Venusaur and Hydreigon. Now, I'm going to go for a Giga Drain onto the Suicune and hope for the best. Hope I wake up and fire off a Dark Pulse into the Landorus. Hydreigon's going to stay asleep, and that's pretty much going to be the game. He's going to go for a U-turn, take out the Hydreigon. Let's see, can Venusaur... And he's going to fire off an Ice Beam. That's going to take out the Venusaur, and that's going to be a 2-0 victory for my opponent. Or not. Venusaur is going to do about half. But I don't think it's going to be enough to... Ashley. So what I'm going to do is protect here. And see if I can't stall out the Landorus is more of a problem, seeing as I can take Ice Beams from the Suicune all day. So I don't think I'll be able to live a double. So Landorus can go for an Earthquake. That's just going to do damage to your Suicune. Suicune going to fire off the Ice Beam, going to protect itself from that Earthquake. The poison damage is probably not going to be enough. So, if I can hit a double protect here, I win. But it's going to be interesting because the Landorus can go down to poison, and the Suicune will not be able to block me off, but it fails. Double Protect's going to fail. The Earthquake's going to come off. The combination Earthquake Ice Beam should be enough to take me out. Yeah. Venusaur doing its best, but unfortunately its best is not good enough as my opponent's going to come out with a 2-0 victory. Close to a victory, might I add. But it's just not going to be enough, and I'm going to thank you for watching this episode of Double Trouble. And we're going to come back with the same team again. Hopefully we can come out with a victory, and hope to see you next time.